Hovering 12,000 miles above your head, 24 nuclear-grade atomic clocks are constantly shouting the exact time into the empty vacuum of space, just so a tiny silicon chip in your pocket can tell you where to find the nearest Starbucks. My name is Frank, and today we are looking at the invisible math war raging inside your smartphone's GPS receiver. We are breaking down the orbital physics, the military monopolies, and the Einstein-level calculations happening every single second you use a digital map. If you are ready to look at the brutal science of navigation, hit that subscribe button and let's get into it. Most people believe their phone's GPS is a live satellite camera tracking their physical car moving on a road. We imagine our phones actively communicating back and forth with space. In reality, your phone is completely silent. It has no transmitter powerful enough to blast a signal 12,000 miles into orbit. If it did, your battery would melt in seconds. Your smartphone is actually a completely passive listening device, like a pocket-sized radio. It is simply listening to the radio signals broadcasted by a constellation of satellites. It doesn't calculate where you are by tracking your physical body. It calculates your location purely by measuring the time it takes for a satellite's radio message to reach your antenna. This process is called trilateration, and it is entirely a battle of clocks. Because radio waves travel at the speed of light, about 186,000 miles per second, time must be measured with absolute, terrifying precision. If a satellite's clock is off by just one single microsecond, the GPS map on your phone will drift by nearly 300 meters. To solve this, each satellite carries multiple cesium and rubidium atomic clocks worth hundreds of thousands of dollars. These clocks use the constant, predictable vibration of atoms to keep time within a fraction of a nanosecond. By comparing the exact time a message was sent from space with the exact time it was received on Earth, your phone's chip can calculate exactly how far away that satellite is. Do this with 4 different satellites simultaneously, and the math solves your physical coordinates on a map. But keeping time in space is not that simple, because the universe does not run on a single uniform clock. This is where engineers ran directly into Einstein's theories of relativity. According to special relativity, because GPS satellites are moving at a blistering speed relative to Earth, their clocks run slower by about 7 microseconds a day. But according to general relativity, because gravity is much weaker 12,000 miles up in orbit, space-time is less curved, causing those same clocks to run faster by 45 microseconds a day. If you do the math, space clocks run 38 microseconds faster per day than clocks on Earth. If GPS engineers did not manually slow down the satellite clocks in orbit to compensate for Einstein's relativity, your location tracking would drift by 11 kilometers every single day, rendering the entire system completely useless within 24 hours. Tech giants want you to be a passive consumer of their software forever. But you don't have to just buy their products. You can build your own digital assets and own your code. And the best part? You don't even need to write traditional programming languages to do it. It's called vibe coding, and it's the ultimate cheat code.
Look at Jamal, fam. Another rejection email. He's got $1 million app idea, but he's stuck because he don't speak Python or JavaScript. He thinks learning the code takes 4 years and a computer science degree, so he just gives up. Now I'm bad. The blueprint is right there in his dusty notebook, but the coding language barrier is blocking his blessings. Sitting in the dark, looking like an NPC. But then, the homie sends a cheat code. His boy puts him onto something called vibe coding. You don't need to know a single programming language. If you can text your homie in plain English, you can build a whole app. Jamal's smooth brain thinks it's cap, but he taps the link anyway. Best decision of his life, dead ass. He's reading the course page. It teaches you how to talk to AI, so the AI writes the code for you. Communication, that's the only skill you need. You already know how to talk to humans. Now you're just talking to the machine. One click, he locked in. Time to become the architect. Now watch the motion. He's taking the course, learning the exact words to make the AI build his vision. Look at the screen. He ain't typing weird symbols. He's just typing "build me a home screen." Regular words, fam. Boom, the AI translates his English into code and builds the interface right before his eyes. An error popped up? Old Jamal would have crashed out. New Jamal just laughs because he knows how to talk the AI through the fix. He just tells the AI what went wrong in plain English and it fixes it. That's vibe coding. That's real power. App submitted to the store. No degree required. He literally just talked his app into existence. Now look at the dashboard. Real users, real motion. He built a digital asset using the language he already speaks. Now he's got the keys and he ain't gatekeeping. Listen to the man.
I didn't write a single line of code. I just used plain English to tell the AI what to build. It's called vibe coding.
If you can have a normal conversation with another human being, you already have the skills to build your own app today. Stop making excuses.
This course gave me the exact framework on how to communicate with the machine. Scan this or hit the link below and let's get to work. Talk to the machine. Build the app.
Stay dangerous.
But the invisible war of GPS is not just mathematical, it is highly geopolitical. The global positioning system is not a neutral public utility. It is owned, operated, and maintained entirely by the U.S. Space Force. Every satellite in orbit is a military asset. While the civilian signal is free for the entire world to use, the U.S. military reserves a highly encrypted, much more precise military-grade signal for its own guidance systems. Historically, the military used a feature called selective availability to intentionally inject noise into the civilian signal, artificially degrading its accuracy for the public. While that feature was turned off in the year 2000, the physical reality remains. The U.S. military can still actively jam or restrict the signal over specific regions of the Earth at any moment during a conflict, instantly blinding entire nations. Ultimately, the map on your smartphone screen is a masterclass in hidden complexity. It is not a simple drawing of roads and buildings. It is a live mathematical calculation balancing the speed of light, atomic vibrations, Einstein's relativity, and global military control. The next time you navigate a turn, remember you are not just using a map. You are quietly listening to a chorus of military clocks screaming from the heavens. If this video helped you see the technology in your hands differently, hit that like button and subscribe to Big Frank Fix. We build builders here, not background characters.